All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday from John here at Pro Craps, Coffee and Craps. Good morning. And let's see, where are we at today? I'm a little tired. I got to be honest with you. Puppy kept me up a little bit late last night, and I'm late to the show because, you know, my solitaire obsession. I didn't win today. So I apologize in advance if today's show sucks because my solitaire game was not on point. But regardless, we're here. And we're going to keep on going. We're going to tackle the day. We're going to tackle the day anyway. So let's get into it. What's happened today? A lot going on, actually. Got a lot of shows happening today. Obviously, I'm doing my daily paycheck here in about an hour. So far, so good. I'll give a little review of the 3-point molly here in a minute, but we're doing all right so far. I say watch the latest train wreck because I'm not enjoying that style of play so much. So it's a little bit fun to hear me bitch while I'm up there. Texas Crap Shooters got two things happening today. One is going to be a 3 o'clock show. He's got his Crapsy show at 3 o'clock. And then later he's going to go back on at 7:20, Alfredo was, for his tournament play. Meanwhile, Big AZ has got two things as well. 7 o'clock is the Yahtzee Challenge. I think it's the Chiro Challenge. So you get to watch Chiro play the Yahtzee Challenge with Big AZ at 7 o'clock. Don't miss that, please. And then later on, he's got, it says Wednesday live, it should be Thursday live. It's Thursday live. It's going to be at 7:30 for AZ. So AZ and Alfredo will have a little bit of overlap there, but not a big deal. So AZ at 7:30, TCS at 7:20 for the tournament. Big day ahead of us all in the craps world. Coming up, by the way, and I made mention of this yesterday, next week I want to do the series next week will be called $50 a day. And so what I want to get from you all is your favorite way to make $50. $50, that's it. So I'll give you an example. The skill 66, right? You know, I play the thing all the damn time. It's 66 inside. You take a hit for $29. You press it by $1, you go to 88. If you get inside hit, you bring it all down. It's $50 in profit. If you come all the way down, it's 49, but we'll call it 50. Easy way to make $50. 2 hits and out. What's your favorite way to make $50? You can drop me a note on Discord. If you're on our casinogaming.tv Discord, I'm at John Kokas. And you can also email me, john@procraps.net. Either way, we'll get to me, and then I'll collate them all, and we'll do like 1 or 2 a day next week, and I'll just sit here and roll dice, and we'll see if we can't make $50 over and over and over again. Kind of a beautiful thing when you can find a way to make $50, and we get so caught up, all of us, I mean, myself included, so caught up in making all this money and all these big rolls. And like, we're going to talk today about monster rolls again. And it's like, sometimes just making $50 on the regular, it seems so easy, right? And it's not easy, but it seems like, it's like, why can't we just do that all day long? Just show up, make $50 twice and go home. Seems like it's all good, right? That's like, I don't know. It seems silly and easy, but let's do it. On point is already there. Quarter pounder with ease, right? And it works. The nice thing about the quarter pounder, and that'll be on the list for sure, right? What's beautiful about it? Every bet pays at least $25. $25 on 6 and 8, $25 in the field, $35 on the 5 and on the 5. It's great. The only problem with it is that you're going to burn 165 if you don't make it, right? The 66 burns 66 if you don't make it. So there's a huge risk reward there, right? Although the guarantee of 2 rolls that are not 7s and out, pretty freaking awesome. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. So anyway, good morning. Dan is here also. Good morning, Dan. And it's like Ron's here too. So everybody's here. Yeah, we're doing pretty good here. I'm trying to see who else showed up. Nemo is here. Of course, good morning to Mike. We already said good morning to you. And Nemo, of course, is here. Waylon made it in too. Good morning, Waylon. Happy to see you. And Jen is here. Jen's here as well. Yeah, Jen, way too much risk for a pittance of $25. Play style, right? Remember I told you before, Jen, and everybody else, pardon me, if you want to go down that way and you like that, then go down that way, right? If you want to be less risk, the price you pay for lower risk is time. So the 66 is what, 2/3 the risk, but potentially horn, 4, horn, 10, 5, 7, and you never get it to work, right? Whereas the ease, horn, you're out, right? You got to factor time in. It's not always money to me. So time is money, And if you're not getting the hits you need, the time you waste is dollars. So I weigh them both out. I give them both not equal weight, but equal care, equal worry, I guess, right? So we got to make sure that and that's why I think a lot of folks have got so many ideas on how to make $50 pretty quick that I want to see what they're doing. You know what I mean? Even if it's simple 110 inside, 2 hits and out, you call it you'll call it $42. Close enough, fine, right? Or maybe it's whatever. It's 110 plus a couple, whatever you want to do. So do your thing. Let's get our ideas together, and I'll do all next week on making $50 a day. All right, what's next? What is next for us? Let's recap the Molly. Yesterday was a good day. Frustrating day, right? And you know that I don't love the Molly as my go-to-work strategy. Let's put it that way. I think my perception of playing only the Molly, because all the math guys, PJ and Victor and a lot of these guys, like, play them, come bets with odds, right? It's the best lowest house edge, right? The low house edge is great. It doesn't change the winnability, though. And I've been trying to find the right way to word this. I'm going to try it this way. The bet has to win for the house edge to really matter. If you put $35 out there on a place 5, and if you go a $10 come bet and a $25 in odds, your risk level is the same. If both bets lose, there's no house edge, right? Now, granted, the $10 flat has an advantage coming through the come, which we all know, and I've told you how powerful that bet is. But once they're there, it doesn't matter if it's a low house edge bet. If it doesn't pay, doesn't matter. And what I find in the Molly is that it takes a long time to get things to pay. You got to get them set, and then they got to hit so you get paid on them. Yesterday we had a 27 roller. I barely squeaked out $300. We made 215. We made 205. No, we made 305 yesterday. 305. It took 27 rolls to get enough repeaters to make $300. Now, granted, we were down a little bit, so we had to fight back. But you think about that, 27 rollers, and I barely squeaked out $300. And I'm doing basically max odds. We hit all the 6s and 8s yesterday, right? It's frustrating to get there. And I think that's the reason why, as a paycheck play, the Molly to me feels like it's got this negative on time. It just takes a while for the bets to resolve at a high enough level to make it make sense. Now, we're going to make some changes next week. Next week, we're going to go immediate odds. I'm going to press the odds, not the flats. I'm going to probably work the come outs. I'm going to add some more volatility to it to see if we can get there a little quicker. But definitely been playing it tentative this week with the odds for sure. But boy, oh boy, it just takes a long time. 27 rolls. We only had about eight winners out of the 27 rolls. By the time we got bet set and resolved, 27 rolls was like 8 payments. That's a hard way to make a living right there. So the Molly, although it did about the best of all the strategies against that monster roll as a daily driver, you got to get the right sequence, and it's a longer running sequence to make it work. So I'm here with it. I'm kind of meh. I'm not sure if it's what I want yet, but we're 2-1. We're $200 up. Overall, the core strategies are up about $700, and overall, with excess play included, we're 41-12 with $3,700 in profit. It's funny, the actual strategies have lost 7 times. Excess has lost 5 times. The excess, if it loses, it goes to 0. The excess losses are always 0. It's like $96 turned into 0. The other ones are like $1,500 turned into $1,200. The loss levels are not always 100% on both sides, but so far so good. We're about 40-something days into this thing. We've got a pretty good track record so far. Let's hope the Molly keeps itself going. Yeah, you can't go broke waiting on the monster, right? You got to make money through it. And I think, Waylon, that comment kind of leads me in to what I want to talk about. And Jen's right too. You won't lose your ass with the Molly. Let's clarify that. When we ran the Molly against the monster, what we found was the Molly made, I don't know what it was, $2,500, something like that. And the burn was only about $500, right? We'd pressed them up. And so we didn't leave a ton of money on the table. We didn't lose a lot. However, upstairs, when I'm doing it right now, $10 flats. So 3 $10 flats with all the odds up there, it's about $150 on the table. It's a lot of money, right? And it takes 2 rolls to get you there, right? Or 6 rolls to get us out there. With 150 at risk, that's no different than going 160 across as far as the risk level goes. There's still a lot of risk. Now, when those bets win, it's great because the odds are huge and we make good money on them. But don't be swayed by that. There's a lot of risk out there. It's not the enormous pressing and spreading and craziness that you see on the other strategies. You won't have that with a Molly. Molly's going to keep under control as the rolls progress through, where everybody else is dumping their rack or dumping all their profits out the table. The Molly player doesn't do that. However, it takes a while to get out of the gate. So anyway, back to Waylon's point, which is don't go broke waiting for a monster. I would agree with that, 100%. That's why we've taken the approach we've taken this week in talking about how to play for that monster, right? The way that I vote to play the monster is this, and I play every roll the same. My number one is get even in the hand, right? Whatever that whole make $50 as fast as you can is, whatever that is, I'm looking to make, in our case, $64, right? I said, let's make a target $64. So really it's how fast can I make $64, right? Our get even, it takes in most cases up to that second four, a repeater on the 4 or that 8 winner. So you're gonna get paid on the 6, both 4s and the 8. That's 4 box hits. You should be, most of us, if you're playing a smart right side strategy, even in the hand, meaning whatever you put out there, you've got back in your rack, plus some profit as you regress back down to your base weight. So if I go out there for, let's say 130, right? In those 4 hits, in the 6, 4, 4, and the 8, I should have 130 back in my rack. I should have a profit of about 25 or 30 bucks in my rack, and I should have $64 out there to play across. I should be even and up in 4 rolls. 2 rolls or less, ideally. That has always been our plan, right? So 2 to 3 hits, you're out of the hand. If it's 1 hit and down, if it's a 2 hit up and down kind of thing, if it's a permanent press for 2 or 3 hits, if it's an iron cross, the EZ would have worked up there too, $75. If you're doing a drawdown type of system, any one of those things gets you out of the hand in 2 or 3 rolls, got to do it. How you do it, up to you. You got all those ways. You have the easy, like low, the 66 across or inside is one way, right? Up and down. 320 across is a 1 hit and down, right? Big time variation in risk, right? But also the shortness of time. Choose how you want to, but get out of the hand fast. And yes, on a 51 roller, you're going to burn 6 rolls getting even, and that has to be okay with you. It's okay with me to do that. I'm fine with burning some rolls to get myself even. Then we look at the getting up phase, right? And that was yesterday's talk. Yesterday was like, okay, now you did that. You got yourself even, tiny bit of profit. Let's turn that $64 into like something meaningful, 100 or 150 or whatever you want to do, right? There's ways to do this. And we talked yesterday about aggressive ways to play, the permanent or the Philly special, the tier pressure, the triple lux, whatever it's going to be in the next 6 or so rolls to either be aggressive and triple your money or be passive, just same bet it if you want to, and double your money. If you same bet, take 4 or 5 hits, you're doubling your money. You're going to go from 64 to 64 or 64 to $75 in your rack. If you play something like the pineapple press, you'll double it up. You'll turn 64 into 128 in profit. You can go back out at 128 and rack that 64, right? You can be as aggressive as you want to, but you've got, in my mind, 4 to 6 rolls to get that done. All told, you should be about 10 rolls in, right? And again, that's asking a shooter to exceed expectations, right? That's why I say your first 2 to 3 hits should get you even with a tiny bit of profit, maybe 10% or so on the shooter. Your second 4 to 6 hits should be enough to satisfy your goal for the day. Even get your rack up 100 and some dollars between the 2 sessions, right? Beautiful. Now this shooter is now 6, 9, that you're 13 rolls into the hand at this point, and you're like, hey, I got my money back. I got a little profit. I made more profit, and I've leveled my bets up. Instead of 64, I'm out there now at 96 or 128. That's where you want to be here. You have burned 12 to 15 rolls, and I get that. Out of 51 rolls, you've taken away 15 of them to get to a point of stability. Money's back, small profit, session goal. At this point, you're here. Now we can get some. And I think tiering up our play is the way that you attack these things. I think if you go out there with pedal to the metal, you're going to make more money than me, for sure. You're also going to burn your initial spread more often than not. You go out there 130. Tomorrow we're going to show you a strategy that's basically 120 inside. That's a just go for it type of thing, right? It's cool. It's fun. It's high adrenaline. It's great. But more often than not, you're going to burn the whole 120 going there, which means when the monster comes, you're going to need the monster to hit for 2K before you're even of all the previous losses, right? I like to kind of step into it. So as we step into it, your stage 3, you get some or go home, your choice. Now you're at roll, what I said, 15 or so in the monster. Now we get to go hard. Now we get to go, here's the time, folks, where you pull out the actual tier pressure or Philly special or the triple Lux or what I'll show you tomorrow, the Jayhawk hammer. Go. You want to go for the jugular? This is the time to go. You've already got your money back. You've already got some money stashed up for you. And if you lose here on the go hard session, if you lose at roll 16, so what? You got your money in the rack and you can walk happily. That's what I always say. Get yours before you go hard. Get yours. Be ready to walk with what you got. Then you can go after it. And if it doesn't work, so what? Right? This is the go hard time. After you've locked up. You can go easy too. You can do a little pineapple press and reset, a pineapple press and reset, a pineapple press and reset over. Just rip it out over and over again. Just do 4 hits and out, 4 hits and out, over, and just rinse and repeat. That's a great way to do it. It's simple. It's easy to remember. You could do a molly. This is a good time to bring the molly out. Once you've got your money in the rack, screw it. Take your $96 or whatever you got out there, pull it back and start playing a molly with that money. Let the molly pick up its own steam from a point where you're already ahead. That's a great time to rip that thing out and let it on the repeaters on a super hot roll do its thing. It's awesome. Or same bet it. Like Ken and Greg, fine. Sit there, or even Waylon, right? Sit there, let your $96 sit out there and just start racking $20 at a time forever, right? Don't go any more risk. Just pull money all the time. Do the dark sider thing. Go 1 unit presses, right? Get 21, press by 6, take 15. Follow me? 24 pays 28. You rack 22, press by 6. And just, 1 unit presses and just make it simple. Easy for the dealers, easy for you. Keep racking money until it goes away. You can play however you want to once you got that lock, man. That's the whole thing. Get that lock. Get that lock. Go easy, go hard, or go home. I don't care what you do at this point, but this is when you attack a monster. At this point, you're at roll 10, 12, 15, you've got your lock. This is where I say, play how you want to play. And I'll never judge you for what you do at this point here. Nobody would ever judge you for this. Some people would say you're insane if you go hard and you leave $2,000 out there. And I would say, if I've got $2,000 here too, I'm okay with the $2,000 out there. Like, I'm okay with putting their money at risk for me. Like the money that I didn't come with, my profits, I'm okay with risking that to have that huge opportunity. I'm more fine with the go hard stuff, right? I know others in our audience, I'm looking at you, I'm pointing at somebody who doesn't know they're being pointed at, will do the go home strategy. We'll just same bet or a single unit press forever and be happy with that. Fine, who cares? All right, there's my run up to it. Why don't we go to the table and play it out? I'm gonna put the monster roll back up. There's the rest of the beast. So what I've shown you so far is the first 6 rolls to get us even, plus the 30, the second 8 rolls that got us up, and now we're here. Again, we're playing the monster. We don't know that we're in a monster. We just got ourselves even and we're good. Now I want to go take a look at how would we have attacked the rest of that roll with these, if we started from this point where we're ahead, how then do we look? How much does it cost us to be behind the roll? Okay. Let's see. Waylon says the Red Cross pressing bets with those field hits totally. Right. And the Baccarat line, actually in this strategy, the Baccarat line wouldn't have mattered so much because you never change. You would have been pass line the entire way. But in the Red Cross, how we do the Red Cross way then was we parlay pressed the line. So that first winner or the first winner in the first roll, right? You win the pass line for $25. It goes to 50. The second winner, we collect the 50 and stay at 50. The third winner, it goes to 100, collect it, go to 75. We'd have been at like, I don't know, 250 bucks on the line, right? The Red Cross is great on a monster, but you got to get even. You got to get to where it's okay to play it, because that's the problem. Is like early on, the Red Cross is so dangerous because it's 500 bucks out there. But at this point, we're good. Let's go. Let's go play it out, man. Let's go over here, put the light on. Should be hopefully a little bit clear here. Let's see what goes on. There it goes. It looks good. The camera's looking good. If I can get the camera to stay focused on me, I think it would be great. Here we go. Yeah, that's actually a good point, Jen. It's talk about volatility versus aggressiveness. Where I say aggressiveness is like, you know, your willingness to put your profits at risk. That's the thing. It's like, as I'm pressing, am I willing to keep putting that money that I've earned out there, or like put that in the bank, man? You work hard for that. You do, and I can see the appeal of same betting. Now here we are. Let's go back to our rack. I was playing around last night a little bit. Here is where we are. We got our 125, got our $130 back in phase one, plus that quarter in profit, right? Then we did whatever. We did, like, let's say we did the Hawaiian, the pineapple press on the inside. And we ended up with this. We ended up at 96 across. Let me get it set up for us here. We're at 96 across. And on that second set of rolls, right, we did the Hawaiian horn. And we know what this thing ends us up with. This thing ended us up with 140 bucks. If I recall yesterday's numbers, it was about 140 bucks we ended up with, right? Following this piece here. Was it 104? It was 105. 105 bucks. Sorry, 105. So you end up after this $96 in phase two with 105. If you take this, where I thought was 140, now you've got $130 in your rack in profit, and you're still out here at 96 when you pull it down. What I would recommend that we do is something like this. I'll take this here, this 30 bucks. I'll take 5 hours out of this if I want to, right? And I'll take 3 hours change, and we're gonna go with a $32 across press, okay? And we're gonna restart phase three with 32 bucks pressure. So we're gonna be here at 128 across. So I took that phase two and we pressed it up one more level. So we're gonna start phase three with 100 bucks in the rack locked up. Technically it's $98, but you get my point. We're $100 locked up in profit. There it is, our starting bankroll, 100 bucks in profit. If this goes 7 out right now, if the shooter makes a 0.7 out, I'm walking out of here with 100 bucks, and I'm super stoked about that. Granted, I burned 100 bucks trying for something special, but this was my session goal. I bought him for $1,000, I won 100, bye-bye, out of here. Let's roll though. Let's go ahead and see how this monster roll takes shape after you've already locked. Now, when I did this last week, we did the monster roll from jump. We jumped out into the monster and made a ton of money because we started collecting like out of the gate. Today, I'm not gonna start really collecting hard until now. We're at shooter or point number 3 in the series. We've already burned 15 rolls. How bad does burning 15 rolls hurt? That's what you want to see now. Okay, if you're gonna attack this thing, let's attack it this way. So here we go. We set on this shooter a point of 4. I'm not gonna do the dice thing. I'm gonna try and just follow it along and just give a quick little lens at it. So point is 4. We catch a 5, which pays $28. And again, if we're gonna do the pineapple press version of it, there's 25, there's $28 on that $20 5, all right? We'll drop a penny to make it easy, like so, and take $5 back to the rack. Now I'm gonna put this $5 back here, okay? And make my profit side look right. There's my 130 plus 100. Now I'm gonna press the insides, or the 6 and 8 rather, by 12 each, which makes them both go to 30. So that first 5 hits, pineapple press, we press the 6 and 8. The next hit was a 5 again. It pays again $28. Again, we'll do 25, $28. Okay, we press the 5 and 9. I will drop that $2. That's gonna let me do 15 on the 5 and 15 on the 9, which makes them both look like $35, which is great. So I'll put the 2 there, there, there. $35 to those two. That's the second hit in the Hawaiian horn. Then we catch a 6, which is $35. And again, we'll do 20, 30, $5. We press the 4 and 10. Now the 4 and 10 also look like $35. There's 3 hits. 3 hits. The next thing we get is what? A 9, right? 5, 5, 6, we get a 9. 35 on the 9 pays 50 for 1. I'll owe the bank $1 to make. I don't want to have pennies everywhere. We owe the bank $1. Actually, I'll take the nickel here. There's $1. Okay, 50 for 1. Now, the Hawaiian horn has worked, and we're on the first 9, and we're out. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 hits and money shot. Cool. Where do we stand? Look where we are. We started with 128. Our next logical press here, the easiest one is this, 160 across, right? Hey, dealer, take me to 160, please. And you're going to bring back 50, 75, $90. Okay, bring back $90, and you're leveled up to the next highest thing. Boom. So if you want to be like this, what I call this a passive way to do it, you're not going to make 10 grand doing this. But now you're 160. Here we go. We're on the second 9. So that pays $35. 25, $35. I drop a penny to make it look like 36 because both the 6 and the 8 now are going to go to $48. We'll press them both by the same. Hawaiian horn. Simple, 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 right? Press the inside. Then we catch a 4 winner that pays $50. 50 for 1 in VIG. Press the 5 and the 9. Boom, boom. That first shooter or that first session of round 2 is over. Now they set a point of 5. We catch a 9. 50 pays $70. We're going to take 35 each to the 4 and the 10. 5 winner, $70. Now here we are again. What's our next base level, right? If we were at 160, you could add $10 to every bet, okay? So 35 there, 35 there, 35 there, and 35 there, okay? The 6 and the 8 can come down to $42. 42. Okay, so now everything's gonna be 50 for 1 in the middle, $70 on the outside, and you're bringing back 100, 50, whatever that is, 150, $160. Black chip in the rack. Greens are starting to stack up. Okay, passive way to do this, right? Very simple. The dealers are like, okay, I can do this. Press here, press here, press here, out. Press here, press here, press here, out. Follow the pattern. Now I'm not going to play the whole thing out, but you can see where we're headed. We've already got a couple $100 in our second session lock. There's $200 in blacks. We got a green chip in there. We got some reds in there. We got a couple $100 out here. We're looking really good. And we're now going to be in that shooter, the next one where it goes 6, 10, 6, 8, 8. All the whites are going to be payments for us. You can count them up. Count the whites on screen, the whites and the greens. Every time you see 4 whites or greens in a row, this thing pays off. This will win about $500, maybe $700 when it's all said and done. That's a nice passive, easy way to do it, to attack this monster, okay? Again, I'm not going to play the whole thing out because I'm going to bore you to tears here. Watch me pay the same bets over and over again. But that's the pattern. Press here, press here, press here, bye-bye. Reset your bets. Press here, press here, press here, goodbye, reset your bets. And just keep leveling them up, $10 at a time, right? The next time here, what I probably do in this next round, actually, let's play it out. We'll just do it because what the hell. We're on that was the 9, the 5 winner here. Again, I'll pay 50 for 1. We'll press the 6 and 8 to $66. There's 50, 60, right? We'll do that because I want you to see what's going to happen next. Because the next level is a huge level. Okay. Let's see. That was the 5 winner. Then we catch a 6 as a point. We get the 10, which pays $70, 50, $70. And again, we're going to take that to the 5 and the 9. 5 and 9 now have $70 each on them. Then we got a 6. A 6 is the number here, 66 pays 77. Okay, that goes to the 4 and 10. I'll put like this. We'll put 70, 35 each in the 4 and 10. Bring a little bit to the rack. Okay, and then we have that was the 6. Okay, then we set a point. That was the point being hit. Set a point of 8. Winner 8. What we have on there? We have 66 bucks. Okay, 77, and we're done. Okay, this can come down, and what you do here, next logical one, make me look like 320. Look at that, 320 across, and you're bringing back again. Look, bringing back another black chip probably, right? There's 1, 2. There's 75. There's 7. That's 150. There's 150 bucks coming back, and now you're at 320 across. And this thing levels it up. It's a slow burn, right? It's a slow grow, but you're leveling up every single time. And look at us go. Our rack has got 400 bucks in profit, 320 across, and now we're set up for the last couple of rolls. And we can pull the whole process off again, right? You go set the point of 9, then it goes 12, we don't care, 8 we care, right? 8 pays 70 bucks. We'll take 10 back to the house here. Make them look like 90. Then we catch a 5 for 70 bucks, 50, 70 bucks. And again, I'll press them both to look like, what is that, $85. Then we catch a 9 winner, right? 8, 5, 9, 8, yeah, 8, 5, 9 winner. So the 9 winner, that pays 105 plus 14, so 119. We'll do 120 for 1. I'll pay it in greens. 120 for the 1 because we're going to go here and here. Right? Now we set the point. Next point is going to be a 9 again, or 5, I guess is the point. We hit that 9. And the 9 is going to pay again 119. We'll do 120 for 1. Actually, I'll do 125 for 6 because it'll be easier payments. 125 for 6. And we can bring our bets down a whole level again. We were at 320. You can make it here, 320, give everything just an extra 10 bucks. Bring it down like this. And we're gonna bring how much money back to the rack? Look at us go. There's 100, 200, 300, 25, 335 coming back. Not bad, right? We know what's gonna happen next. On the next shooter, we're gonna lose, bring a 7 out here on the next shooter. But we did a good job here. This thing brought back about 500 and change, right? Just by piecemealing it. If you want to attack the monster on a slow, and again, you would lose all this out here. We know that. We know we're going to lose at the end. But that Hawaiian pineapple press thing, squeezing the inside out like that over and over again, it's a nice low volatility way to play. You're collecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700. 750 bucks plus a bunch of random change. 750 on that round plus what you locked before. That's great. And the whole time you're bringing back black chips, right? You're racking the black. You're not putting a ton of money at risk. You're growing these bets nice and slow. You should feel pretty good about putting in that kind of work, right? And that's a good passive way to attack this roll after you've locked up. And at any point in time, you'd have your 100 plus whatever you accumulated during that play. That should be good enough, right? Unless you're trying for knock it out of the park, okay? Let's look at a more aggressive way to play. Or actually, let's do the passive way. I want to compare that to the another sort of passive way of doing it. Let's just do a single unit press. A forever single unit press. We'll start at the top. Set a point of 4. Catch a 5. 5 pays $21, okay? 21, press by 1 unit, and bring this back. I will, by the way, be coloring these up the whole time through. A lot of red chips can be flying around here, but I'll color them up as I go. So I got 1 unit press goes to 20 bucks. All right. Or actually, I'm lying. Hold on a minute. We were at, I forgot, we had leveled ourselves up beyond 96. We were here. Sorry, my bad. We started this round at 128 the last time. Okay, so 5 would have paid 28. So we'll do 25, $28, and we'll still press it by 1 unit. Okay, then we catch another 5, 28. Now we're at a quarter. $35, 25, 35. Again, single unit press by 1 unit, please. Into the rack we go. And again, I'm gonna make these things color as soon as I can as they come in. We catch a 6, $28. I'll just drop the $3 out of the whites, take the green, and we'll press it by 1 unit, which is $6 to go to 30. All right, we get 2 9s in a row. So the first 9 pays 25, 28. Press by 1, rack the rest. Looks like a quarter. The next 9 pays 35. Press by 1, rack the change. Now we got our first black chip. Look at the rack, we got 4 greens. We got a black chip plus some reds. Fantastic. Winner 4, 20 pays 40. Drop our vig. Press by 1 unit, makes it look like a quarter. And into the rack we come. Now our rack, again, there's a black and there's a green. Do a quick little check change here. And that shooter's over. Not bad, brought back 150 by going up and pull. A little up and pull right there, right? Set a point of 5, catch a 9. That's gonna pay 42. Press by 1. Bring back a bunch. Then what do we have? 5 went, oh, that was the 9. Oh yeah, sorry, we set the point of 5, paid on the 9, and then we catch a winner 5. So that pays 42. 25, $42. Press it by 1, collect a little bit. And there we go. Now we're gonna be 7, 7, 3, 6 is the point. Catch 10, which has $20 on it, so that'll pay 40. Drop our vig, press it by 1, which makes it a quarter. Bring the rest back to the rack. Then we catch a 6, it's the winner. $35, I'll drop a buck. It goes to 36. Bring the rest back. Now again, I'm gonna keep doing this in here to keep the racks clean. There's 125. Look at us, racking blacks. We got $275 in the rack after that third shooter down, okay? Now we're gonna be the one that's the 8 winner 8. So it's 8, set the point, 28, 25, $28. Drop a nickel, press it up. It'll look like $30 now. Nice, easy, press by 1 all day long. Puck is off. Now we catch 3, 7, point is 9, 12, sucks, 8 pays $35. Drop a penny, press by 1, take it back. Then we catch the 5. So 35 is gonna pay 50 for 1, which is great. Drop a nickel, press it up by 1 unit, bring the greens back. Then we catch a 9 winner. 9 winner with 35, again, pays 50 for 1. Drop a nickel. Goes to 40, we'll take our greens back. And again, I'm gonna take the greens here and color them up for you. There's 200 in green. Look at that, we got $435 in there on that shot, right? Fantastic. Now we're gonna catch 11, point is 5, we catch a 9, $56, 55, 56, right? Pressing by 1 unit is a powerful way to play, guys. We joke about, being too passive. This thing is racking blacks. It's racking blacks. That was a 9. That was the 8 rather being hit, right? Then we have that was the 8. Now the 5, right? Wait, am I on the right one? 3, 7, 9. Oh, sorry, that was the 9. Hold on, I'm on the wrong one. 379. That was the, sorry, 9's the point. That was the 8 that got hit. It's okay. We'll leave it as they are. The 8 got hit at the 9, but it's fine. The 5 gets paid 56 bucks. It's hard when you're looking at the screen and looking down, getting lost where I am. Ah! Okay, that was the 5. Then we catch the 9 winner, and that's got that'd be 50 plus 14, so $64. We'll just do 65. Okay, 65 bucks, and again, we'll go up by 1 unit. Bring it back to the house, and look at us. We got a purple chip in here, guys. Actually, we have, well, close to 2. There's 500 bucks. 500 bucks, that's awesome. Then it's 11, set a point of 5, whack the 9. The 9's got 50 bucks on it. That pays 70. Press by 1, grab the green. What do we have next? A 6, 4, and a 5. So 6, a 4, and a 5. So the 6 is going to pay 42. We'll press it by 1 unit. Always bring it back. Look at that. Always collecting, right? Then we have the 4, right, which pays 50. We'll press it by 1, take the greens back to the house, pay the vig, and then we have the 5 winner, which is going to pay 56. Why am I getting lost here? There's 50, 64, 50. We'll do 65 for 1. Press it by 1. It looks like $50 now. And that shooter is over. And then we know what happens next. That shooter's over. We get nothing out of it. We're going to set a point of 10. We're going to hit the 8 for 42 bucks and be done. 42 bucks. We're going to press it by 6. And that'll end that shooter. That's where the 7 comes, right? So this guy here actually did almost as good as the pineapple press guy and did no work, right? Let's get him added up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 775. He actually did better. 800. There's 825. Let's get these looking like quarters. Not bad, man. 825. 840. 840, right? Just by single pressing. Now, and again, you're not like setting the world on fire here, right? That 840 could have easily been two grand, right? People walk away saying, oh, I should have won more, I should have won more. Single pressing, and what was the burn here, right? You go, oh, he left so much on the table. This guy didn't leave much on the table, really. You take out the 7 out loss, there's 200 there. There's 225, 240, 244 on the felt. That's not bad. That's not a bad burn when you brought back 800 bucks, right? So that's, again, we sometimes, and I'm guilty of this too, right? We poo-poo the super simple press by ones, right? This roll that we just witnessed doesn't happen all that often. And when it does happen, if you can pull back 800 bucks plus your 100, you got $1,000 in profit. That's a pretty good day's work right there. And I don't think that should be ridiculed or belittled. I think that's a fine way to get after it. Let's do another one. Let's get jiggy with it here. And let's do a little bit of something a little more aggressive and see if there's a difference to it. We'll do one more run through here. And I don't care what we do. We can do the tier pressure. Let's just do tier pressure. It's easy enough to do. And the thing is with the tier pressure, I know what's going to happen because this roll doesn't have any repeaters. We're not going to get huge money here, but let's do it. We set a point of 4, right? Now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to catch a 5. That's going to pay $28. And it's a full press. That's how tier pressure works. Full press of the number. The 5 comes right back and repeats, right? That's going to be 35 and 21. What is that? 45, 55, 56 bucks, right? 55, 56 bucks. Okay. Now we reset the inside here, probably to 110. Right? Let's get 110 up, at least 110. We'll do 110 inside and we'll take all this back, right? We can actually, I could probably go a little higher than that. We can go 1, 2, 3, There we go. We'll do this. There's 42, 35. We'll go 154 inside, and we'll take back a little tiny bit. This is tier. Remember tier pressure. We do the something repeats, crush the inside, and get going. Right now we're gonna catch a 6, and again it's an inside press from here, so it's $50. That's 50 for 1. And what I'm gonna do is take $4 change and do another $44 pressing. All we can press. That's tier pressure. It's a hammer the inside kind of thing, which again, not easy to set the bets up. It's a pain in the ass, actually. This is going to end up being, come on, John. Oh my God. Those are $54. Okay. Now, there's our first one. That was the 6. We catch a 9, which completes the process, right? So that's going to pay 56 plus 7. Feels like $63, right? 50. I think I'm paying these wrong, but whatever. There we go. Now, reset the whole table. We started out at 128 across. Probably go to 160 across. And restart the process. Okay, we'll bring back some money. We'll bring it back as color. We're going to bring back $75. There's I can go a little higher. There's actually 100. Look at that. That's 10. So we have $125 in profit off of that round. We started out with 128. This is what tier pressure does. It doubles what you had out there, which is kind of nice. Because now I can do a lot of things. I can take this and go from 128 to 160, or we can drop, again, like before, drop $10 per station and bump it up and do the same thing again. I'll take those back. I'll put these here. And now we're at, everything's paying 50 or 70, right? How nice is that? Bringing back $50 to the rack. And now we're jacked up. And I'm not going to run it out because I'm running out of time, but you get the point. How fast these things go up. When the next round comes, we'll do one more quick round. Set the point of 5, 9 cups. I'm sorry, 35. It's going to pay 50 for 1. Okay. And again, it's a full press. We catch, that was a 9. Winner 5, the same thing. It's going to pay $50. Full press for 1. That's hit number 2. When I pull this money back, you'll see what I'm talking about. We'll do just this next one. 773, set a point of 6, hit the 10 for $70. It gets jacked to 105. And we got our 6, and that's our 4th one, right? That was our 4th hit. 6, 8, 10, or I'm sorry, 6. No, I'm sorry. It was the 9, 5, 9, 5, 10, and now the 6 hits, and that's going to pay $50. 50 for 1, and we're out of here, right? If I reset the whole thing again, and maybe this time we can get it to like 320 or 220 inside. God, this is so aggressive. But man, it just destroys the table when it happens. So here we are. We're at 220 inside. I got 25 on the 4 and 10 for the next round. And I'm bringing back 150, $200. Or 170, bring back with the penny. That's 175 coming back. Racking 175 and playing 220 in with a 4 and 10 on the outside. You'll see that I'm starting to bring back black chips way earlier than everybody else did here. Okay, that was that 6 winner. Was it? Yeah, that was the 6 winner. Now we're gonna catch the 8 and the winner 8. I think I'm on the right spot. 90. And again, that gets all the way pressed up. Oh no, we're spreading that out, right? We're spreading it out. Sorry, 70 goes across. Yeah, $4 change. I said I wasn't going to do it, and here I am doing it. I want to get to this next level, and we'll get out of here. 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, that's gonna make this look like 78 in the middle here. Okay. Next inside hit, and we're good. That was the 8, winner 8. Boom. 3, 7, 9, 12, 8. Okay, pays $91. And now we can reset the board. Reset the board to whatever it was going to be. Was it 320 across now or something like that? I think that's what we said. Okay, 320. And we're going to bring back another black chip from that round. That's actually another green. That's a black. And look at us go. Right? We got already 200, 300, 75. There's our $400 already in the rack. Rack and blacks, and a ton of opportunity out here. And there's still 2 shooters to go, 2 points to go in this roll. And again, this is way more aggressive, but the reward is way higher, way quicker, right? And it's just, again, how do you want to do it? I'm not ever going to judge, right? I would do it more this way because I want that big home run after I've got this. I don't care. If we catch a 7 at any point in time, I got my $100 plus what I've earned here. I'm super happy about that. I could lose the 320 or the 400 or the whatever's out here because I've already locked and I'm happy with that. Notice too, by the way, because we started this thing at shooter number 2 or point number 3 rather, right? How much less we made than when we started it from the 0, right? And we started doing Philly pressure or tier pressure from the very first roll. At this point, we had $1,000 in the rack or more, right? We started at 15 rolls in, so we're that far behind the rest of the table. So your potential here is not going to be the $2,000 that it could have been with the other ways of playing. The potential here is going to be about half that because we took off essentially 15 rolls to get ourselves to that even point. So this way of playing is interesting for sure, but I'm going to come back over here and talk to y'all in person now. Let me go back to this here. My personal way of playing is this 3-stage play, right? I definitely like to, let me go back over to here. I like to make sure I'm even early, very early. 2 rolls in, I feel even. I'm like, oh, I can relax. I can take a breath, especially if I got a little bit of profit. I like to spend the next few rolls working hard to get a lock on my session goal, which we did. I had $100 locked profit session goal. To me, everything after that is what we would call excess play. The stage 3, the get some, that's your excess play. And I think that's where I decide what I'm going to do. Am I ready to go home? Did I work so hard to get here that it's time to go home, right? Do I want to just go easy and just say, yeah, I'm just going to have my whiskey. I'm going to go single unit press and just let it ride itself out. Totally fine with that. Make another $500 or whatever it was, 750, I think it was, and go home. That's super cool, right? I want to work a little bit and do a little pineapple press. And instead of making 750, make 1,000. Sure, why not? Do I want to really go after it here and like kind of work the table and go like tier pressure or go like the Jayhawk hammer, which I'll show you tomorrow, do something super hardcore and just take it to the house? Well, if you want to, why not? If you don't mind losing that way, then go for it. So I think the point is stage 3 is decision time for you, right? This is the time where you've got your lock and you can decide how hard do you want to go? How passive do you want to be? You want to play for comps? Do you want to whatever? That's your time. This is like you time. Stage 3 is you time. So do what you want to do, and I'll never judge you for it. Do what you want to do. All right. Darksider says, and again, I know you're very opinionated, dude. I love you so much. The more you press and not bring, let me go back to the end screen here, because the more you press and not bring back, the more you lose when you lose. It's true, right? That's true. 1 unit presses work just fine if you're okay with half the win, right? If you're looking for the home run, 1 unit presses will never get you there. You got to either half or you got to go full. You got to go full press collect, and ladder up quickly if you want to make massive money. If you're fine with just burn or pulling all the time, like I just showed you, that's a great way to play. That's a great way to play. It's easy to remember. It's easy on the dealers, and you're guaranteed to bring money back on every single roll. It's a beautiful thing, right? It really is. And again, that speaks to your conservatism as a player, right? You want your money to not live on the table. You want it to live in your rack. 100% cool. If you're an adrenaline junkie and you've got your lock and you're like, well, shit, let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can't turn this $96 or 128 into 2K. On maybe this shooter's the one, and you're just going to press the gas. I will support you in that too, as long as you're doing it from a point of I already have my profit locked, and I'm not going to put my bankroll at risk to make that happen. Then I'm supportive all the way. And I think that's where we all have to, as craps players, kind of be aware of who's around, of your other people playing it. Right? It's okay to do that as long as they were safe early. And I think if you're safe early, like I keep talking about and preaching, do what you want to with the excess. You want to play the excess single press, cool. You want to play the excess pineapple press, great. You want to play the excess triple Lux and hit a home run, then God be with you. Hope it happens for you, right? And all that's good as long as you're safe and locked early. I think that's what's most important, okay? Let's see, what a player does depends on why. Yeah, 100%. Dude, it's perfect. And I said this to you before, right? We've had this conversation as a group before, which is, what are you there for? Remember we had this, remember the whole what kind of player are you conversation we had? Are you there for a paycheck? Are you there to build your bankroll? If I'm going to the casino with $1,000 and I'm trying to make my master bankroll grow, right? So I can play with $2,000 in a few months every time. If that's my goal, I'm not going to go out there Philly special and just unzip my pants and hope that something magical happens. I'm not going to do it, right? I'm going to play much more conservative. I'm going to do a little inside press and pull. I'm going to do a little bit of same bet, a little bit of single unit press, maybe half pressing. I'm going to play it super tight, close to the vest, because I want to build my bankroll. If I'm got a bunch of people in town and we're having fun, and my brother's visiting from New Jersey, and it's like, I never played craps before, let's go have some fun. We get all liquored up and go to the table. Yeah, Philly special, baby. Let's light the money on fire and have some fun. Like, that's, what am I there for? It says everything about it. And I'm not always there for a paycheck. And I'll be honest about that. Ken will, I know he's like cringing when I say that, but I'm not always there for a paycheck. Sometimes I am literally there to light it on fire and have some fun. And it's okay. I've got the bankroll to do it. When I have the bankroll to light on fire and I want to, totally fine. But you got to be like eyes wide open. Like, this is why I'm here today. This is money I can afford to burn. I'm going to burn it up. We'll see what happens. That's fine. It's as long as you know, and you're personally okay with that being your why today, then go for it, man. That's all. That's fine. That is fine. All right. Ken, pull money always. Pull money always, right? I hear you. On Point says, I would make money on this monster roll without the repeaters. The repeaters, to me, are the difference maker between, like, the reason why today in this monster roll, the person who does the same bet or the up by one is on par with the person who is super aggressive is because no repeaters. This roll had no repeaters in it. So the fact that the aggressive strategy makes $1,000 and the super passive strategy makes $750, not a surprise, because there wasn't the 3 5s or 7 6s in the same sequence. You didn't have that here. So there's no way to jack them up and get those big wins, right? Every roll is not constructed the same. Yeah, this money on Point, Mike would have made money without having to worry about all the crazy pressing. This is a nice simple one. It's a good example. A good example of a nice simple, you can ease into this guy and make good money. So, all right, I got to get out of here, guys. We are late. I got to go do the Molly. So give me a second to throw the rest of my coffee down, make a new cup, and I'll see you in the garage for the daily paycheck. The 3-point Molly, day 4. Let's hope we can do it again. Let's hope that it's not a 27 roll requirement to make 300 freaking bucks. I'd like to get this thing done quicker. The Molly is just such a slow burner, right? I want those quick. I want out quick. So anyway, see you up there. Thanks again for watching. God bless everybody. Good to see y'all here. Love y'all. Bye.